Hey everyone, welcome back to We Out the Group Chat. It's 2025. We've made it.
2025.
It's crazy. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. How's your year starting so far?
It's been one of those interesting starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like God just said, all right.
Start. Ready, set, go.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay, wait, before we start with that, let's just introduce ourselves. My name is Teyanna. I have a podcast called Beauty from Ashes. We're actually relaunching February 15th. So excited. Tell us about yourself.
Love that date and all.
Yeah, we're getting it done.
Ooh. Hey,
Mhm.
my name is Richelle, but I go by Bree. And girl, for her worth and my life's journey will be back. I don't have a date yet, but it is coming back.
In 2025.
In 2025.
Let's
for
go.
Sure, for sure.
Woo, woo. My name is Can. I go by Kay. I have a podcast called Speak Your Truth. And you can find me everywhere at Intentionally Kay.
I love it. And she's been really intentional.
She has
Yeah,
been.
I see you.
Yes.
Oh.
I see your
Thanks,
post
guys.
almost every day.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Something. Like, go ahead.
Thanks, guys.
She's working on the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a goal by the end of the summer?
No, I'm trying to have a dumpy by spring. That's
love
the goal.
it.
A
I love
dumpy
it.
by
I love
spring.
it.
I was like, how much are you going to tell them? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
dumpy
the
by
goal.
spring.
Let's do
That's
this.
been my motto.
Yes.
I love it. She's
Yeah.
working for it. So I'm like, okay. I love it. So yeah, tell us about your year. Tell us, how's it going?
Where do I start? Like it started at the end of 2024,
Mm-hmm.
where literally God was like, "Okay, I need you to do this, this, and that," and
Mhm.
it's just like, "Hey God, I just said one little prayer. Okay, Lord, I want to be stretched," and it was literally, "Okay, I need you here, I need you here, and I need you here." Different assignments now,
Wow.
so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
when I said I want to be stretched,
Yeah.
I think I should have been more specific.
Just a
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
Because like he just launched me and threw me into spaces. I'm just like,
Mhm.
all right,
Yeah. But you're being obedient.
I am. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Like, you're at the point when you walk where you're just like,
Where else I'm gonna go?
where else? What am I gonna do? I just gotta do what I need to do with
Yeah.
the Lord and let Him do the rest.
I'm proud of you,
Thank you.
honestly.
Yay.
It's not easy to be obedient.
It's not.
Yeah, it's
No.
scary. But you know what? It's harder to be disobedient. It's a lot harder. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Alright.
All right. Today, I really want to talk about singleness, marriage, relationships, counterfeits, it
Oh,
all.
gosh,
We are
okay.
out of the group chat, so it may be a little different than before. The things I want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
I know. I'm like kind of nervous because I'm like, I know I have to be honest with certain things
Oh.
and people are going to hear me,
okay.
but I know it will be beneficial for God's glory.
All right.
I love it.
So yeah, how's singleness for you? Because right now we're all single, right?
As I laugh.
Yeah. No, how is it? How's it going?
Single as a dollar bill in the strip club.
Talk about it.
In the strip club, girl.
I've been single for a long time.
How long's long?
Okay, so seriously, because I was out in these streets in 2011.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna lie, it was,
Yeah. No, but that's still a long time ago.
Yeah,
2011.
right?
That's
Like when I seriously was like, okay, Rochelle,
Yeah.
like you're not fooling around no more. You're gonna be serious with your walk and serious as your body's a temple and honoring everything.
yeah.
Yeah, since 2011. So let's say 2012 to be a whole year from 2012 onward.
Mm-hmm.
I have been single.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've entertained,
Yeah.
but God would just shut those things down immediately, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in these single streets.
You're just, okay. Okay. What about you, Kay?
Yeah. I've been single since 2021. Like, again, like entertaining foolishness. Yeah, but
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
the Lord shut that down with a quickness, that you pray that Lord, is that person for me?
That one.
The way how they disappear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. I'm not pressed about being single. If I'm being honest, I'm being
I
so
know you're not.
honest.
I know. And that's why I'm happy you're here.
Oh, really?
Because you're going to be like you. You were just
That just
are okay and content.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Like,
Mhm.
just because I think right now in this season, I'm so devoted to my own personal development
Mhm.
that I don't, if I'm in a relationship, I want to come whole to that relationship.
Mhm.
And so in order for me to, want a person that's whole, I have to be doing the work myself, is how I see it.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not like pressed about it either way.
Mhm.
It would be nice, but if it does, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, finding that contentedness, I'm not going to play. It's not easy, but once you get there, you're cool. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I like that though. 'Cause
Right?
a lot of people can't say they're content. There's a lot of people who I've had conversations with women, and they'll say, obviously we want to be partnered up. You want to have that significant other. You want that your person.
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
to do the matching pajamas. You want to do the whole
Yes.
Yeah.
vacation with vacation. You want to do all of that, but at the same time, I think when you're intentional
Ooh. Yeah.
about committing to doing the work within yourself, wanting to be whole, wanting to fix those things that God is highlighting, or even when you reflect on old relationships that you don't want to bring into,
Right.
especially we're going into marriage or what, that's the goal for us as Christian women, what should be.
Well, if you want to be in a relationship, the
Right.
goal should be marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
But the whole being content, I think, comes from you wanting to do the personal work, like you said. A lot of people don't want to admit that, hey, there's some things in you that is delaying why you're not in a relationship. And I was telling a friend, like, we could get a man anytime.
Yeah.
We can have a
Plenty
man.
of, like,
We can have a husband.
you could
if
be
you
married
want.
whenever.
But
Is it? Yeah.
at what cost? Are you?
Girl, at what cost?
Because I'm sure we could go on our phone and be like, hey, X, Y, and Z, what's up?
Yeah. I think just to kind of touch on the point with the contentedness, if you feel discontent about not being in a relationship, that's okay. Like, you're human. It's just trying to address what that discontentment is about. Like, when I was going through, like, when I was trying to figure out like what I was mad about, like, one, physical intimacy, I didn't have that available to me, or like somebody who understood me, but at the same time, even when I was in a relationship, I didn't have a person that understood me. So it was just like
We need to touch on that a little bit. Because...
yeah, okay, let's stick a pin in that. But so yeah, like, I had to get honest with myself about things that I could control. One, yeah, I could get up anytime and go and be like, oh, hey, sweetie, da 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 da, how you doing, da da da. But then I would pray, and the Lord is like, what are you asking me right now? And I'd be like, I mean, and he'd be like, girl, cut that guy off. Like, what are you doing? And so I'm like, okay, it's either I want a relationship that we can both pour into each other, or I'm finding a person that I'm going to be either the mom to or the big sister to or whatever. And I found myself like in cycles of that same type of relationship. So something in me had to change, right? So then in order to find that, I had to like get real with myself and get honest with myself about like what is missing, like why am I discontent? Of course, physical intimacy. That's why I got into the gym. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but when you're in your not luteal phase, your follicular phase and your ovulation phase, that's when you're the most spicy. Go lift heavy, get your PR, get your energy out, and you're too tired to do anything else. So that's my strategy. It works for me. It might not work, but I mean, try it out. Because like our body does what it does naturally, and I don't want to be fighting against what the Lord like blessed me with. I'm grateful for it, and so I'm working with my body given the season that I'm in, right? So that's for me with physical intimacy with somebody that understands me. I wasn't in a relationship with a man that understands me, and I was never ever in a relationship with a man that understands me. I needed to fix that, and so what I realized is that I needed to build community around myself. So I just made that decision, and now y'all are my friends, and we've got other friends. I've got other friends. We've got a community of women that are like-minded, that are going through, that are honest, that are real. And that started to satisfy me. And as you start to grow and change, like as you start to like be honest with yourself and grow and change, you find that a lot of the things that we're discontent with, that we think a romantic partner is supposed to bring to the table, you can find that in community. I'm not gonna say that there's certain things that you can that you can't get. There are certain things that you can't get from a community relationship that you get from a romantic one, for sure. But you can live a fulfilled life without a partner. Are my thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, you are. You're fulfilling that, right?
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
content.
I would say that. Yeah. I'd say that. Yeah.
What are your thoughts there,
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I gotta be obedient. That's the biggest thing. So for me, man. Okay. So for me, okay, I recently have been single as of December, because that prayer that we pray, Lord, if this person's for me, show me, is a real prayer. So if you're ever struggling with that, I definitely highly recommend just praying and asking the Lord, because he loves you and he cares and he wants you to be the right person. So yeah, he pretty much told me, God said, wait till tomorrow, wait till the last day, which was the last day. And he showed me everything I need to see. And needless to say, our relationship ended a few days later, because I saw everything. I am getting used to being single. There's so many things I need to work on. I guess the biggest thing for me is knowing that that person wasn't for me and still entertaining it. And knowing that you started off really strong, saying you're a man of God, don't go to church as often, but then slowly but surely, you see the fruits. And so I really want to talk about just identifying counterfeits, because obviously in the beginning, men like to show face and impress you. And then you realize, hey, who you told me you were a couple months ago till now is completely opposite, So yeah. So what are some things that you guys do to look for like red flags or counterfeits?
Okay, so before we go to that question,
Go for it.
I have a question regarding that.
Yes.
We get into new relationships, you meet somebody new and you're like, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of times the question comes up of, what are you looking for? Do you agree to say everything that you're looking for in that relationship or not? Because for me, I personally don't feel that I need to tell you what I'm looking for, because I don't want you to use that, manipulate that to being what I'm looking for. Then, as you said, a couple of days, months down the line, or maybe 2 days down the line, you're showing yourself.
100%.
That's such a good point. I don't think you should tell them everything, because certain people, not everyone,
right,
will start to adapt to what you're looking for. I said I have a great family relationship with my brothers. They have a great family relationship with their brothers.
Meanwhile,
9 months later, no, I don't talk to them. I'm like, wait.
I've talked to that ninja in like 5 years.
Right?
Like, wait, what?
Wait, you told. But so I agree with that. Just watch and see. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good way of. I mean, I think maybe there's certain criterias, if it's red flag, or what do you call it? What do they call it? Deal breakers, non-negotiables.
Yeah,
there we go.
Sure,
yes,
for sure.
Then maybe you should talk about that. But what you're really looking for, I think, just watch. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I look. Don't tell him anything. Don't tell him anything. Just be you. Just be yourself. That's the other thing too. On the flip side of like, yeah, you're getting to know somebody, but for me at least, this is where I fell short. Where you would get pieces of me, but not all of me. And then as the relationship progressed, I would get more and more relaxed, and then you get to see my personality. And a lot of the times they're like, I thought you were. And I'm like, no, what gave you that idea? But yeah, like, so, also recognizing in yourself too, like, are you being your full authentic self when you're showing up? Because a lot of the times, like, they will ask you the question, don't answer the question. I wouldn't answer that question. I'd
What's
be
the
like,
question?
of like, what are you looking for in a partner? Like, don't worry about that. Let's vibe. Like, let's talk. Let's get to know each other. And then you be yourself and you see how they respond to that. And that's how you can pick up whether they're aligned with your priorities or not. Yeah, just like I feel a lot of the times that we tend to not exercise discernment when we're starting a new relationship because it's so fun and whatever. But if that person isn't meant for you, then it's okay to find that out early just by being yourself.
Sorry, I'm just like, these conversations, I wish I had it earlier, but you know what? God is good. He's faithful. He is. So I'm assuming that we all do want to get married.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
I'm about
Wow, it was silent crickets over there.
Girl,
I'm just looking at her like
I don't know. On any given day, it's like 70-30. I don't know.
I hear you in that though.
Yeah. like I like I do want to be in a relationship and be, partnered up and be married and have children and all that. It's just I don't feel so hot and passionate about it just because of I feel like I've seen too much. Like been not just like in relationships in myself, but just like observing other marriages. And to me, and you're like, oh, of course, like you wouldn't know what's going on behind closed doors. And I'm like, I don't need to see what's going on behind closed doors.
I already know enough. Yeah.
Okay, like I see what's happening in public. These are things that they want people to see, right? And I'm like, so nobody's gonna mention how like her man's low self-esteem is stopping her from actually doing stuff. Nobody's gonna address that her mental health issues is unchecked, and so this man is just tired. Like I feel like there are a lot of things that we can work on in ourselves that will help us do better in relationships. And I don't know, like I feel like I see too much brokenness, and then at the end of the day, as my husband and as my wife and like it just feels
fake.
Yeah, and surface level and cloutish. And I would say, especially in the Christian community, we idolize marriage, and so it's like whatever. Like if it happens, like again, like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I'm also fulfilled and I'm great. I'll be the best auntie in the world. I'm okay. Yeah.
So why do you say that we idolize marriage? I get your point, but like let's like.
Oh, why do I say it? Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when we're serving in the church, right, as a single woman, you're serving in a church, you're serving and you're doing it and you might be doing a good job, but you find that once this woman gets married, oh, all of a sudden, oh, Mrs. such and such, and you get promotion to and oh, lady such and deaconess such, and I'm like, what is this? This is ridiculous. Like when she was doing great work when she was sister, or there's certain roles that are not even available to you unless you're married. Like I think, especially, and I would say especially leadership type roles, like unless you're married, it's just not available to you. And I don't know if it's like intentional or not, but it's just a pattern that I've noticed. Also men too, like suddenly they're leader such and such. I'm like, that's the same chicken head guy. Like it's like there's no new wisdom there. Like he just got married and all of a sudden he's leader in this and leader in that. I'm like, why are you promoting him if he hasn't done the work internally, if he hasn't like proven himself among the brethren to be trustworthy, wise, to be all of the things that you want a man of God to be, and then now you're giving him the role and he's floundering. What do you think was gonna happen? Like he was going to flounder because he wasn't discipled to be a whole person. So that's why I'm like, bruh. So getting married, if you want to be in leadership, just get married. It's a quick way to get to leadership.
Wide up.
No, I'm being so like it's just a pattern that I've noticed like in church in general, in the body of Christ in general. Like we idolize marriage a lot. Also, like I don't pray for me to get a spouse. Don't do that. Don't pray for me to get, like, don't do that. Like, if you see me working and being whole and whatever, pray for me to continue on that grind, to
Continue on.
get the
Yes,
things,
yeah.
to grow in wisdom, to grow
Yes.
in anointing. Pray for those things.
Yes.
Right? And if the Lord will have a partner for me he will come along, and then you bless our union. Then you start to pray for our marriage, right? But like, I'm not deficient because I don't have a partner.
Wow.
Part.
That
Yeah.
whole thing needs to be a real.
Yeah.
No, for real.
What do you guys think? Like,
No, I agree. I've seen that in churches that it is idolized. I see that once a woman, oh, now you can even hear the comments of now you can move into ministry because now you're married and now this will open up for you. And it's like, but why wasn't it open up before? I'm still the same person. I just now God blessed me with a spouse.
exactly.
So it's just interesting to see. You know, I get the whole partnership, the whole union piece, but at the same time, we should all be found doing the work before any type of anything happens.
And that standard is for women only, though. So that's what like grinds my gears.
But if we go back to the beginning, Anna was working.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. So why are we only holding women always accountable for everything, and then the man never gets anything? I think that's what gets me.
Yeah, like that annoys me too. Like there's I feel like, and I feel like things are changing with our generation and the generation
Yes.
after, but I feel like there needs to be more discipleship of men,
Okay.
and in like practical ways.
I agree.
Of course, having reading your Bible
Yes.
and getting a good like foundation of what a man of God is, of course,
Mhm.
but discipleship in like self-control, that is a part of the fruit of the spirit, right? And like long suffering, like perseverance, like all these things that are so feminine. Like it feels like it's a feminine thing to be long suffering. It feels like a feminine thing to like have self-control, especially when it comes to sexual purity. The women have to be so, and she's not da da da, and she's, she's keeping herself, and she's keeping herself. And then when it comes to the man, he's a man of God that covers his wife and protects his children. And I'm like, what if this man doesn't have a wife or children? Is he not a man of God? What can he do? How can he express his godliness as a single man? Like there's discipleship missing there. And it's almost as if, this is my gripe, it's almost as if he doesn't become a man until he's married. And so like they do anything just to get married, just because like men want the accolades of other men, like whether they admit it or not, like they really do feel a sense of community among men, and only another man can validate a man. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that building that brotherhood,
Yeah.
and that is good. But who are the people that they're idolizing, and where's the discipleship to be single? Like, how is it that some women are called to be single, but there are no men that are called to? Like, it just, like, man, y'all,
I get it.
yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
And it's interesting because we actually don't see any male pastors who are not married. Have you ever seen that?
I was in a comment section once, so yeah,
I've seen.
I was in a comment section once,
Yeah.
and there was a pastor that was single, and the comments did not like that idea. So I think there might be a thing within Christianity where you cannot be a man of God leader wise without being married. And I think it's just because of, is it Timothy? It is Timothy,
I
right?
think so.
Where they describe the deacon of the church, like the man of God, and how he
Yes.
ought to be.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people use that as a rubric to what a man can be as a leader in the church. So he has to have a wife and eventually have children. And the wife has to be a certain kind of way, and the man has to be a certain kind of way. So I think that's kind of the foundation that a lot of people base a pastor on. But I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with a pastor that's called to singleness. It's just not something that we
Ever hear about?
yeah.
Yeah. And it's Paul. He said it's better to be single if you can, right?
It's yeah,
Marriage to
I
marriage.
feel like
Did he not say that? Like,
yeah, he does, but like
Yeah.
I feel like we listen to Paul for other things, and then when it comes to like marriage and
Polyamorous?
stuff, we're like, yeah, he said that, but he also said it's better to marry than to burn. So might as well, we don't want to burn. Instead of like maybe this is an opportunity to build your self control. And what I'm learning is that like being married does not eliminate you from having to learn how to build self-control.
Very true.
Like it'll just show up in your marriage too.
True. True.
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here.
Anyways, counterfeits.
Okay, no. I was asking, like, so do you want to be married?
Oh.
We all want to be married. And then that's how we got there.
Yes.
You said 70-30 on most days and for yourself.
I have my moments too.
Yeah.
Like, some moments I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind, and then some moments I'm like, do I even want to go through that? Like, I'm better off by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have those thoughts, and it's like, and I just leave it alone. I'm just, you know what? Let me just continue to do what I need to do and be content with where I'm at, and just live my life because, yeah.
So it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, that we do want to be married women, but based off of what we've seen around us, that's kind of deterring. Like, that's the deterring factor. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair. I think for myself, that's all I want. I just want to be married. I feel like, yeah, working on the self-control thing, it's really challenging, but we're getting there. And as I'm delighting myself, like literally in the Word of God, my fleshly desires are not as prominent. However, it's there. And I love what you said about working out and going to the gym and knowing like your body. You were talking about some terms I've never heard of.
Like
Please, FR?
What?
You said something about, I don't know. The phases.
Oh, like as a woman, yeah, like knowing your cycle and what happens.
But
in
what
your
were there's
cycle.
2 words you said?
Oh, your follicular phase and your and your ovulation phase.
Yeah.
That's when you're the most, randy.
Yeah.
And so in order to kind of like give your body the attention that she needs while also maintaining sexual purity, you redirect that energy.
Yeah. I really hope you put something like this inside the agenda, the planner.
Oh,
for women.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because that would
that.
be very helpful. Because I've recognized that with myself too, that I need to go to the gym because I'm feeling hot, right? Like I feel like I need to let this out somehow. But like you said, acknowledging this is how I feel and not suppressing it. Because sometimes we'll do that where we're like, no, I can't. And then we'll just like go to bed, drink water, like try to, instead of like, okay, this is how I feel. Yeah. Let me try to go to the gym and whatnot. So add that in your planner.
Yeah. I think another thing that you could do too is that during those phases you're like more social. Like you want to be around people or whatever. So like set up your friend dates and your things for that time. So you're outside chit-chatting, like getting to know new people, meeting new people, and going to the gym, and like you redirect the energy and you're still living a full life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like adding stuff to manage what's going on with you is better than like being like, no, I have to stop. I have to da 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 da. Yeah. Like you're gonna feel restricted, and eventually you're gonna feel like overwhelmed, and might end up with your burning man. Like you get what I'm saying? Like just whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But also too, like you said, acknowledging it, because we are human, and not shying away from the fact that you are feeling what you're feeling. Because I think a lot of times too in Christianity, it's taught that you're not supposed to feel this way. Like people are gonna feel horny. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But like, okay, how can now I deal with what I'm feeling?
Right.
I'm still human. I'm not gonna dismiss what the emotion that God has given me, which is a natural thing for me to feel this because God gave me it.
Right.
But I'm not going to act out. I'm not going to masturbate. I'm not going to go find some random dude or have a, you know what I mean? And then do what you do. And then after that, what? So let's really work on healthy ways that we can overcome those feelings.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So when are you gonna drop the planner for us?
I don't know. Like now you're like, add this to the planner.
Yeah, no, I actually need that though.
Well, I
Yeah.
could talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I could talk about it on like Intentionally K's channel. I could talk
Mhm.
about it. Like, yeah, because I think that's something like when I learned that, like especially I learned that after a long-term relationship. So like I realized that there's certain things that I could do to like redirect my energy. So yeah, I'll talk about it on the channel. And it like after doing that, like the shame that comes afterwards of like falling,
Yes.
you know, or like, you know, you misstep or whatever, then there's that shame and then there's that guilt and you want to like shy away from doing serving in ministry. You want to shy away from like it leads you in a pattern of guilt and shame. And even like being in a relationship and like getting physically intimate with your partner and you're not married, and just because of you're not married and you're Christian, right? So you know that you live by certain principles, and the guilt and shame cycle just kind of for me ruins the relationship. And so you have to find ways to redirect that energy. And yeah, and it can be done. I'm not saying that it's like putting stevia in your coffee instead of sugar. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same, but it, you know, it works. And you just kind of flow with it and just be honest with yourself. I think just being honest with yourself and honest with God about how you're feeling. And if you've got friends around you that are supportive, just be honest with your friends and go from there. Yeah. Shame free.
Shame free. Cycle free. The cycle is rough. Yeah, I hate it. It's true, because then you don't want to surf and you're like, I'm not worthy of this. How dare I?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how the enemy gets you to stop serving. Like if you see that as a pattern and in your life, that's how the enemy is trying to get you to stop serving, to stop showing up for God, to stop like loving on your brothers and sisters, because now you feel unworthy and you're dirty and you're filthy. I'm like, you could honestly, like you could be perfect quality Christian, you're still not it. So whatever, just brush yourself off and do better next time.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. My question for you ladies is, what is one lesson that you have learned from any of your relationships that you would want to share with our viewers?
Don't ignore the flags.
Don't ignore the flags.
They reveal themselves the first time. Do not ignore the flags, and you cannot change a man. Period.
What about for you, Kay? No, honestly, I'm taking it in. Like, we think we can. We think if we just continue to, you know,
we're fixers. You know what I mean? I think we could. No, we're not saving a hoes. We're not saving these ninjas. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I'll tell them.
Especially if they don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
No, it's true.
Don't save him. You know? No, because I remember one time I invited a dude to church. It's like an old church I went to. And he's like, yeah, you know, you're a Christian. Yeah, okay, but whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a Christian. These are my, you know, you say before you know, you didn't know better, but now you know better. But before, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I want a man of God. I want this and that, da, da, da. Obviously, those are non-negotiables for me, right? So he's like, I'm going to come to church. I'm going to come to church. All now, the man's still stuck on the 401. Like... What are you saying right now? But some women would be like, oh, okay, no problem. It's okay. Next Sunday, or, you know, we can still do dinner. We can still do this and that. Like, girl, get in your head. This dude is playing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at things like that as signs. Hey, God's saying no. Shut it down. I'm not saying maybe he is trying, but at the same time, like, how many times is that excuse going to be the same excuse? And you're still buying into the foolishness. Get it together.
Get it together. He'll show you. He'll show you. What about for you, Kay?
Ree's like, girl, stand up. I think for me, it's I don't know. There's so many. It's just like I can't even think of one. Lessons that, could you repeat the question?
Lessons that you've learned from your past relationships.
I would say just be your whole self from the jump. Like, don't try to bend yourself into shapes to suit somebody else or to like support their needs. Like, from the jump, let them know that you're human. Let them know that you also have needs and like wants and quirks and stuff. And I think, and yeah, like I take responsibility for that. Like, I would say for me, I would just be your whole self from the jump. Like, they know that you don't take crap, da 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 da. You're funny. You've gotten very niche interests. You got a lot of hobbies, and like just this is how you live your life. And so yeah, just like be your whole self, and then the person that is for you will see that and think it's completely cool. And they also have their hobbies and their cool stuff that they're into that you can cheer on for them, right? So I would say that, like, be your whole self. The other one too, I would agree with Ree. It's just like, don't ignore the red flags. Like, the person, let them show you who exactly they are. Like, they'll show you exactly who they are, and just like believe them. Like, I know it's such a common saying, but like believe them. Like, if you catch something in your spirit and it feels a little bit off, it is off. You don't have to stay and investigate to figure out, like, are you really right? Da, da, da. Like, am I
that's
like
my biggest issue?
Like, am I like just overthinking? No, your gut knows. Like, your whole the spirit knows. So just like believe it and just walk away. You're like, there's no shortage of there's so many people on the planet, and I know like we're not like all over the world right now, but there's so many people on the planet. You can walk away and just like meet your people, and having people feel like that aren't for you filling the slot just like blocks the person that is for you to come to you. You get what I'm saying? So the sooner you can just get them out that slot, the more, you get what I'm saying? Like, the quicker the right person can come and fill it in. So like I said, I'm waiting on my Gomez, and I'm good until then.
Yes.
Oh gosh, no, that's good. Being yourself authentically from the jump, very important. Not fitting their mold. I used to be really good at that. I'm not like that anymore, actually. But like I said, I used to be a people pleaser. I'm actually not like that anymore, thank the Lord. But I was really good. Like, I could make anyone like me because I could be whatever they want me to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Same, exactly.
And then after a while, you're like, yo, I can't. I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, my advice would definitely be to pay attention to your relationship with the Lord while with that person. Is it strengthening you, or are you like becoming more disassociated?
Girl, that's a good one. Yeah.
Right. So I realized with myself, like, I was spending so much time with him. I was enjoying it, but like I wasn't reading the word as much. Still was, but yeah, I was becoming more distant with the Lord, but still loving the Lord, but not growing at the pace where I used to, or I'm used to. And so I realized that it wasn't sustainable. And when you're overpouring and you're trying to get them on the same page with you, and then you're not even growing as much as you used to on your own, it's not gonna work.
100%.
Yeah. Good. Trust me, I'm learning. I'm very grateful. Like, that relationship ending, or whatever that was ending, I'll say that, because was challenging, but I also felt a bit.
Girls, like, whatever that was.
Yeah, if he's listening to this, like, God bless you, for real.
Well,
yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know. I still pray. Yo, listen.
Same so.
Yeah, I pray for him and his family, man.
Oh gosh.
But
facial expressions.
But you know what? Yeah, God is faithful.
He is.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, when you ask that prayer, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
God.
But the thing is, with that prayer, though,
yes,
a lot of people pray it and they still remain stuck. God, show me if it's the right person for me. And God is showing you all kind of things. God will show you the man's leaving girls' drawers in this area. He's, phone there and all these things. And he's just straight up lying in your face. And you'll be like, some people are still there. And it's like,
why do you think that is?
Self-esteem. I think the person doesn't love themselves. They don't value themselves enough to say that, I'm so much more than X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I've been in a relationship where I was just starting to get to know a guy, and you know, you go on certain dates with certain men, and certain men they'll treat you a certain way, right? And if you're used to being treated one way, and then all of a sudden this new thing comes in, this man comes in like, oh, knight in shining armor, for you you're just like, oh my gosh, you won, you finally won, you're finally here, you made it, you got a great man. So for instance, not to say I didn't have dudes opening doors and stuff like that for me, but this one guy, I remember I was getting ready, he came to pick me up, and it was pouring rain outside, pouring rain. And I said, oh, give me a few minutes, I'm coming. My dude was outside with the umbrella at my front door waiting for me. And I'm, you know, you come out of a horrible relationship and then you get into something new and it's like, oh my gosh,
Right. Yeah.
wow, he's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
For me.
Outside in the rain waiting for me. Right? So some people will turn cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over stuff, little things like that. And so I'm a Christian. I'm like, okay, he did that, cool, whatever, respect, I like that. But I'm like, okay, God, show me who this person really is.
Nice.
Doesn't Jesus not tell me? Holy Spirit download immediately everything. Talking about this person, his relationship with his girlfriend, baby mom, whatever she is. There's a lot of issues going on there. He's having unforgiveness issues. The child might not be, one of the children might not be his. He's going through that. God downloaded snitch. When I say the Holy Spirit's dry snitch.
100%.
So I'm sitting there like getting hot, and I'm like, okay, God, how do I? So I just said it. I'm like, your relationship with your baby mom, how is that? And as soon as I said that, it was like something broke, and my guy just opened up and poured out everything. And everything the Lord showed me and told me was everything that he admitted and said. And that he was going through issues with his whatever. And I'm just like, okay, in my head, I'm like, you shouldn't be in a relationship right now. We're trying to entertain anything.
Yeah.
So I was just there too. I'm like, okay, Lord, whatever you want me to use me as to encourage him. But like, you're not going to entertain this man, no matter how fine he was, no matter how much money he had, no matter whatever characteristics he's showing. Don't get confused.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, as we said, like, yeah, we could pray a certain prayer and ask God to reveal us, download to us, show us, but are we really wanting to answer and be obedient to that prayer when the answers are shown?
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of times, a lot of females,
Women.
a lot of women, okay, a lot of women, they're just so caught up in they want to be with somebody, or it's been so long, and you know, they ignore whatever it is just because they want a relationship. And they're neglecting maybe their children. What about your children's needs? Those who have children. What about, you know, God is doing a work in you. Do you think you really should be entertaining anybody at this moment? But God is still processing you.
Jeez. That one? Because that specific situation and what I said back to God was, but like, nobody's perfect.
But see, and we use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
It's okay. No,
Yeah.
it's not. Because in the long run, if you were to get married to that person, you could be different bawling at the altar. And you're going to be by yourself.
Oh my gosh.
By yourself. No pastor's coming to help you. No deacon. No evangelist. No mother of the church. No elder. No, you're going to be, you have to work it out because that's the person you chose to marry.
100%. Like, and like one of the things too that I find rough is that we find that out like later on in the relationship, right? Like, oh, the Lord was showing me this in year 1 and we're now in year 3 and I'm finding out what that feeling was at the beginning. And I'm like, and I hear enough of that from women, and I've experienced that enough myself that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, like.
And question it. ask questions too when these things come up, and if you are so intentional about wanting, intentional is the word. Intentional.
Mm.
But like if you're so gung ho on being with that one person, like okay, you feel like this person is your person or whatever, and certain things are being revealed to you, ask questions. Sometimes a lot of women
Hey.
we brush off these things,
Yeah.
right? We can, ignore it, whatever, but we don't question what we're seeing. And it's okay to question in your relationship. Hey, how's your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with da da da? Are you really going to, I don't know, do the work? Are you really seeing a therapist regarding X, Y, and Z? Do you believe in that? Ask these questions, and what the answer you get, is either you take it.
Yeah.
Are you willing to? Okay, this is something my cousin she told me one time, and she said that she knows with her husband that he doesn't like anytime when it goes to, for instance, something small like the laundry, right? The laundry bin will be right there, and he'll drop his socks right there. And she said, you know what? Of course, it annoys her because the bin is right there,
Yeah.
and you drop your socks right in front of it, right? Come on, 1 second of just jokes. But she said, is it an argument that I want to get into for the longevity of the relationship, or is this something that's really that much of a bother that I cannot deal with, or is there something else that's bigger? So it's like almost picking your battles type of thing. So she can live with the fact that he's going to continue to drop those socks by the laundry bin every single day. Are you willing to live with the fact that God showed you in year one that he's a serial cheater, but you chose to ignore it?
Yeah, because you're special. You're different from all
Right.
of them other women.
Ryan, you could change him, but year five in your marriage, or year 5, he has 2 kids on you.
I think with that, just to kind of speak to that specifically, I think a lot of us struggle with self-esteem issues, and like we want to be the picked, right?
Picnics?
But yeah, right? But like we want to be the one that's chosen, and of all these women, like he chose me kind of thing. But a lot of the times, like especially with men that are like that, you're not chosen. Like you're just the one that he decided to kind of be with, because you will take that kind of foolishness.
And that's it
right
there.
Yeah.
And so like, do you want to be taking that kind of foolishness for your entire relationship while sitting in the throne of wife? Like, because like you have to choose what's valuable to you, right? And then act accordingly. But if you like, there's certain things that the man would show up and like display, like his relationship with other women and his relationship with his mother. Like if he always trash talks his mom, he's gonna trash talk you as his wife. He's not gonna trash talk you to your face. He's gonna trash talk you to other people. Yeah, that's a pattern. Like any woman that's in his life, he has problems with. He's gonna have a problem with you. You're not special. If you're gonna like if he's got women here, women there, like you're one of the women, but you're the one that's in the photos, and you're the one that's like, when he's ready to present as a respectable person, you are in that slot, his wife. And so like there's certain things that we sacrifice just to have relationships out of fear of being alone, or fear of not having the clout of being a wife, or whatever the situation might be. But you do pay the price. Like earlier you said, like at what cost do you want certain things? And I know that I don't want certain things that cost my self-esteem. I don't want it. I don't want things that cost pieces of me. I don't want it. Right. So I'm more willing, like once you get the understanding, because like we're not all there. Like once you get certain understanding, you're so quick to just be like, you know what, we could be friends. You're cool people. You're funny, Kiki. It's a vibe. Yes. And we can kiki and have fun outside, but there is no way that we're going to be in any kind of relationship.
That's it.
And it's okay. You just keep it pushing. It's fine. Yeah.
As you were saying that, I was thinking about that. I don't know if you guys remember that major, he was a relationship person.
Stop this.
Oh no, Jackson.
I know you guys are going.
Wait,
to
no.
Wait, is that
There
talking
are
about?
3 people that came.
There's wait, he had her. You know, he was holding her.
Jackson.
Yes, I didn't want to say the name.
Oh,
but
sorry.
I was trying to avoid it, but you know.
I don't know if that's his
Girl.
name, maybe.
But
Yeah, exactly. Just everybody stand up on your own 2 feet and keep it pushing. Find a community of women that are also standing, and they will help you to stand, because we can't be having these patterns continue generation after generation. It's boring, it's tired. Let's stop. Yeah.
Okay. We almost done all my questions. I mean, you pretty much answered this already, but my question is, how do you wait for your husband, or what do you do in the time being while you're single?
enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work. I mean, obviously, we know we're gonna do ministry work. Yes, you know, keep busy in that. But hobbies. What are your hobbies? Get to learn yourself. Get to know who you are. I think that's so important. So for me, it's just here we are. We have to. You know, we're in the podcast and do other things that work out, go on vacation, eat. I love food. So you know what I mean? Things like that. Like, be you, because when you do get blessed with that relationship, you don't want yourself to die off and lose yourself in that relationship, because you're gonna get sick of him, he gonna get sick of you. I want to be able to hang out with my girls, and you can hang out with your boys and just enjoy yourself. I still want to be able to have in that relationship. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna stop living just because I'm booed up and have a bling bling ring on my finger. I'm still gonna be the silly, quirky, foolish, talking foolishness
Yeah.
person. You know what I mean? So I think, that's for me.
Can you repeat the question?
Pretty much was, how do you wait for your husband?
Oh, like live your life. Like,
Oh, you have a life.
live your life.
Yeah.
What are you interested in? Go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside, like get a hobby, throw some pottery or something. Like
Yeah.
like do stuff. Like your life isn't gonna start once you get married. Like if you think that, oh, my life starts now that I have a husband, now I can go on vacation and you go find croton lizard in Bali. Like, have you heard those lizards? Bro. But I still want to go. But you get what I'm saying? Like, go to Bali, like you and your girls, go to wherever.
Yeah.
Like, live your life. Because there's nothing more sweet than when you connect with a person and they're about that life too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And they can put you onto stuff and you can put them onto stuff, and you have a fuller life when you decide that you want to have a full life. If you're depending on somebody else to bring a full life to you, you're going to be attracting an empty vessel to you. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be attracting the type of person that's also waiting for you to make it fun for them. Like, it's just like, bro, have fun, live your life, go meet some people, go hang out and chit chat, get your heart broken maybe, but just live your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, oh, I'm waiting for marriage in that I'm sitting and being passive and not like building anything or creating anything. Just be and flow and just exist. And then once you get married, or once you get in a relationship, like, this is just another phase of your life, and you're still being and you're growing. It's just that now your priorities are a little bit different and whatever. Like, things will switch up. It's just, don't wait for somebody before you start living your life. Like, it can't be dependent on them at all.
Interesting. Yeah, when I wrote that question, I was not expecting these answers. So that's
What did you?
No, not at all. No, I thought it would be more like, but no.
No. What do you think it would be more like?
Okay, well, I guess more so maybe how to wait. Like, how do you prepare yourself for marriage, or like, what does it look like to wait for your husband versus individually? But I think that's part of it. Like you said, like, once you are married, don't lose who you are, and it's going to amplify that. You guys are going to build together. You're going to come together, right? You're supposed to be whole as it is. So that makes sense.
Okay, but to answer that, I would say also too, I mean, a lot of times we're, as women, we're praying for a certain man that we want. So if you're praying for a man, let's say a man who's a prayer warrior, you yourself must be able to match that, mirror that. So I say for that, as you're preparing for a spouse, whether it be male, female, obviously in the right context.
Yeah.
Right.
Be able to match what you're praying for. You know, just don't just say you want a man of God and then you are a heathen out here. Be a woman of God as well. You know what I mean? Man, if you're looking for a woman of God, be a man of God. Be really what a man of God is. Know what that looks like and be that as we're preparing.
Yeah. See, that was more the answer. So
The godly answer.
Yeah. And your answers are like, I don't prepare. I think, I agree with Ree. Like, similar to that, in addition to that, like I like people that are introspective and insightful. And so I try to do self-reflection and I try to like grow and evolve and challenge myself. So I want to be partnered with a person like that. And so that I'm that person. You are the person that you want to be with. And then the right person will come in alignment. But if you want to like continue to be this empty vessel looking for somebody to fill you up, you're going to find another empty vessel looking for somebody to fill them up. So you just got to be content in who you are. Figure out who you are. You're a great person once you find out and you get to know yourself. Yeah, that's what I would say, like to prepare for a husband, which is, I'm so sorry I said it like that, but like,
don't be sorry.
You're like, because I don't see it that way. Like I don't see it as like this person that I'm getting ready for the king, gotta sweep up. And like I don't think of it that way. It's more like I'm about to find a person that matches my energy, but I have to be about that energy, right? So like even entrepreneurial, like I'm building that part of me. Now I want a person that's adventurous, that can think outside of the box. I have to also think outside of the box, or at least be knowledgeable of what that looks like. You get what I'm saying? So like, 70-30, guys, come on. Like, just be patient with me. 70-30.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you guys. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I think next time we could talk about apps.
Oh boy.
Dating.
What about them?
I mean, I think we'll leave it for later. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? We could bring some guests on to talk about it because
yes.
I'll just say this.
Okay.
I think I would be laughing hysterically if I ever were to join an app. And I'll share those thoughts later on.
Okay.
All right. We out the group chat.